My name is Chris Gethin, and what I aim to bring to you is inspiration, motivation from clients, everything that will allow you to evolve as a human being. Hello, everybody. Chris Gethin here, and welcome to another episode of the Chris Gethin podcast, live from Mumbai. Well, it won't be live by the time it gets to you, but it will be there quite shortly. Now, today, I'm going to go through a lot of biohacks that people ask me what I continue to do when I travel. Of course, I don't have my ice bath here. I don't have my sauna. However, whilst I'm at the hotel, I'm trying to get ice delivered every now and again, twice a week, as opposed to the twice a day that I do at home. So I'm getting some cold thermogenesis. I don't have warm showers. I always have cold showers, but there are other biohacks that I'm able to travel with. So I usually, if I'm gone for a decent amount of time, like I am now, I'm away for 12 weeks in total. There's a lot that I travel with. I have a lot of supplements that I travel with, and I have a lot of biohacks, and very few clothes. So I'm going to go through some of those biohacks today that I feel that are essential when you're traveling. Of course, I can't carry absolutely everything, and I'm sure there's a few things that I'm even forgetting that I've actually got here in my room. But I'm going to show you just a few of them and tell you why I travel with these, and maybe you can take something from this episode and maybe apply it to your life, whether you're at home or whether you're on the road. So let's start off with what's closest to me. So I've got a red light panel here, okay? Now, of course, I've got the full-blown panels at home that I have stacked on top of me that basically go from head to toe, but of course I'm not going to travel with that. So I've got a travel red light here that has far infrared spectrums and near infrared spectrums. So I'll use this specifically in the morning, sometimes in the evening. Of course, it's great for collagen production, elastin, nitric oxide, can help optimize testosterone levels should you want to shine this on your balls. But I use it mostly to help me set my circadian rhythm. And of course, I want my face to look young. I want to activate collagen as well. But setting my circadian rhythm is a main thing. I've had some problems with my tricep, so I've been using it to heal that. In a perfect world, I would have traveled with my flex beam recharge, so it can just wrap around my arm while I'm on the computer or in the car or whatever. But this is the next best thing that I have. So that is the reason why I travel with this. It's great. Sometimes I'm in the car, shining it on my face, getting stares from other people. Of course, I'm being driven. I'm not actually driving at that time. But I think it's a phenomenal device. So I have that on the side of my bed. I'll wake up with it knowing that the sun is shining today, so it's not so bad. But when I got here, it was monsoon season, and it was literally cloudy and raining for 6 weeks. We've had 2 days of sun, so I may not have to use this as much now. So I'll always go for the ancestral wisdom or what our ancestors used, and that was sunlight. But with today's technology, I can biohack my environment. Now, speaking of environment, Mumbai is known to have the 14th most polluted city in the world, Delhi being number one. Luckily, I'm near the ocean, so I'm not getting all the smog that is polluting the city. But here, I've borrowed this from my client, by the way. I have a reader here that will tell me how many particles of pollution is in the air. So I can tell if it's worse inside my hotel room or better outside or worse inside. So I have now, based on these results, I actually have a dehumidifier in my room that will actually, and an air purifier as well to help purify the air that I'm breathing in here, because obviously I'm in this room probably about 10 hours a day, so I want to make sure that half of my time that I'm spent is, I'm breathing in clean air. Now here I have a BrainTap device. So if I was to, I can't switch it on at the moment. Yeah, I probably can. Holding this microphone at the same time. Let me just put that down there. So the BrainTap works through binaural beats. It also has guided meditation taught by Dr. Patrick Porter, who's the inventor of this device, and it also has light therapy that flashes into your ear canals and through your retina. When you actually switch this on, this will flash, all dependent on the binaural beats or the type of meditation that you're listening to. I generally have it on bright in the morning. I'll have it relatively dim in the evening. But being the spiritual city or the spiritual country that India is, I actually do meditation with an instructor here as well. So that really, really helps. You know, it's very important, I think, that we use that biohack, if you want to call it a biohack, either with guided meditation or with a device like this, which I really, really like to use. I love the BrainTap, hence why I travel with it. To heighten our senses, and those senses shouldn't be heightened to noise, especially noise pollution that we get in Mumbai, or the phone, or the TV, or the computer, or conversation. We should really be heightened to our own senses. So I think starting your day with a positive thought, positive action, positive intention, and finishing the day with the same to help you calm your sleep, quantify the depth of your sleep, the quality of your sleep, is very, very important. And as we know, heart disease is the biggest killer in the world. So stress is good in acute doses, such as exercise, cold therapy, sauna. However, in systemic, it can lead to heart disease. So it's very, very important that we chill out, especially in this day and age where it's so, you know, I'm not living in the country at the moment. I'm right in the depth of the city, and I have a very, very tough schedule while I'm here. So it's very important that I stay positive, stay alert, stay happy. Of course, I'm here by myself, so it could be quite lonely for some. I'm a bit of a loner, so I'm not so bad like that. But of course, I miss people. I miss my family. I miss my partner, things like that. So meditation should be used by everybody every day, I believe. Right, now, here I have from a company called Bon Charge, formerly Blue Blocks, I have this red light. So in this room, in the evening, for a good hour before bed, I'm using either this light. Sometimes if I need more light, I'm switching this bad boy on. It's not shining towards my eyes. So I have this on the side of my bed. And sometimes if I'm reading a book, I've got this one as well that pins onto the book. But I'm reading a Kindle at the moment, so I don't really need that as much. So it's very important that you don't expose yourself to artificial blue light after dusk, or a light that has a flicker to it, because that will penetrate your retina and allow cortisol levels to go up, preventing melatonin to be released to allow you to sleep, to have good quality sleep. It isn't just the length of the sleep that is important. It's the deep sleep, it's the REM cycle, making sure our latency and our efficiency is on point. You know, there's a lot to kind of quantify, and sleep, I think, is the most overlooked biohack of all. Without sleep, we do not detox our brain, we do not recover, so we don't optimize our cognitive function, we don't optimize our physical performance. There's a lot of things that will decline very, very quickly if you don't optimize your sleep. So it's very important that sleep hygiene is paramount. Speaking on sleep hygiene, these are the glasses that I'll wear for about 2 hours before bed as well. So these are the Bon Charge blue light blocking glasses. So as you can see, this is the red lens. This blocks all artificial light, all of it. Okay, so again, I'm not absorbing the artificial or the flicker from the light. Okay, I could be going into the lobby, I could be going out, I could be facing as I'm walking the streets, maybe oncoming traffic and air lights. So I want to make sure that I block all of this light. If it's not so harsh, it's not late in the evening, but I'm in a harsh lighting environment, I'll wear the yellow lens, because that does allow some of the artificial frequencies from the blue frequencies come in, but it doesn't block all of them, because it is essential to have a little bit of cortisol production in your body during the day so you stay alert. Okay, so those from Bon Charge is what I'll use. All right, now let's go on to earthing, grounding, some people will call it. Now, of course, I go and earth myself every morning and most evenings as well, to get rid of a lot of the inflammation in my body. If you look at the studies online, if you look at the images where they actually show the inflammation in the body before earthing and then after, it's amazing. It is unbelievable. But how many people really talk about it? I don't know, you probably think hippies, so maybe you think I'm a hippie now. But it's very, very important. And I honestly feel the difference. I honestly feel the difference. I'm feeling a little bit inflamed in my knees. You're damn right I'm going to go and earth myself straight after I've done this podcast, because I've got legs tomorrow, and it also helps me sleep. And sometimes I need to be told this because I forget the free obvious stuff. So when I'll speak to a couple of my top world leading biohacking friends, and I'll tell them some of the symptoms I'm going through, they're like, have you been earthing yourself lately? I'm like, damn, I need to do that a little bit more often. I start doing it and I'm like, I feel better. It's crazy. Call it placebo effect, I don't give a shit. It works. But on top of that, I have an earthing mat. So this plugs itself into the earth of the socket in the wall, okay? Now when I'm on my computer, I know it is absorbing the Wi-Fi frequencies, EMFs as well. I've got my phone here as well. So whilst I'm on the computer, it's essential that I earth myself at the same time. So I have this earthing mat that is plugged in. My client, Riddick, he actually has an earthing mat as well, and he sleeps on his. He has an earthing mat or bed sheet where he sleeps on, because I think it's that important that I want my clients to practice it as well. So an earthing mat, I think I got this from earthing.com. By the way, if you do want any discount codes, they should be in the description below, or just reach out to me. I got discount codes for pretty much everything, including these trainers actually. Now, earthing or grounding shoes have been out for a long time. However, they've always looked hideous, and I've never gone out and purchased them. I have actually used, and you've probably seen this if you've been following me for a while, I've used the earthy bar that will go on the inside of your trainer to the outside, but they never really last me that long. So when Bahe came out with these trainers, I was over the moon, because I actually tried these out at the Health Optimization Summit, and I couldn't believe how comfortable they were. So I've ran in these, of course, I power walk in them, and I wore them today actually to my client's place, and they are so comfortable. But the technology of these, and you can see this online, and I've actually seen these in person dissected to see how they ground with the earth. So inside, you probably can't see, but you've got all these little fibers on the inside that are connective energy that go through to the bottom of the shoe here, okay? So this is actually earthing, believe it or not. It actually does ground, and you can check them out online to see. So it's very important that we do absorb the negative ions from the earth, especially during a time when we're exposed to x-rays all the time. Well, I am, x-rays and MRIs quite a lot. When we're going through airports, obviously there's satellite signals, there's dirty electricity, there's EMFs, there's RF, so many different frequencies. And it's very important that all of this that's getting absorbed should pass through. It has to pass through. So when you're wearing earthing grounding shoes, even better. The more that you can earth or ground yourself, the better. We are the only species on this earth that actually usually has rubber separating us from the earth. So it's very, very important, I believe. Really does help with inflammation. If you're an athlete, if you're a performance athlete, then you know you're going through inflammation all the time. So you want to try to eradicate a lot of that inflammation. So speaking of EMFs, this is called a Vivo base. The one that I've got here is a mobile device. It's to be carried on you, but I have it right by my bedside, and I have it on there, and then a lot of the time I'll just carry it with me. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. Speaking of which, let me get this phone case. And so this helps mitigate a lot of the EMF pollutants that surround you, okay? So if you can get bigger devices for the home, but of course I'm traveling, I just wanted to carry my smallest device, so that is the Vivo base. So you can carry it with you, like I said, I always have it right beside my bedside. even though I have unplugged everything in my room. I've unplugged the clock, I've unplugged the lamp over there. I've got this lamp on right now because I want to provide as much light as possible for this podcast. But other than that, I have everything unplugged. But I do know there's dirty electricity in the walls right by my headboard. How do I know that? I'll tell you in a bit. And if there's any EMFs coming towards me, I do not want them penetrating me in the evening, obviously, or any other time. But definitely when I'm trying to detox my brain through sleep. I don't want to have any mental issues or form of dementia when I'm older. So I want to do everything that I can to detox my brain, because that's a process of sleep whilst I'm sleeping. Right, now let's go on to how I know if there's high EMFs or dirty electricity anywhere in my room. So I have this tri-field EMF reader right here. So if I switch it on, I can put it on mag, I can put it on different frequency responses. I've got it on an RF response right now. So that's a radio frequency. So I can put this near any device, put it near my phone, put it near the clock, or anywhere in the room where there's potentially RFs or dirty electricity or EMFs or anything like that. So if I know what to unplug, or if I need to move the bed or anything like that, I know what to do with this meter. Like I can go into a room and go, hell no, I'm not staying in here. Show me another room. You never know, it could be better. It has been in the past. Like unfortunately, when I had one of the world's leading building biologists, Brian Hoyer, come into our house and test it, the bedroom was the worst place for dirty electricity, and that's obviously where we spend the majority of the time. So, you know, you can have it rewired. A lot of the older homes generally have dirty electricity. So it's always good. Okay, if you don't have a Brian Hoyer at home, you can travel with a mobile device like this to check for dirty electricity. Okay, and then I'm not going to get out all of my clothes. I forgot it's pointless. But I do travel, especially when I'm flying. I'll wear, the majority of the time, I'm wearing EMF blocking or mitigating underwear by various companies. Get Lambs, I wear Get Lambs quite a lot. They're comfortable. I have from Bon Charge, I wear the cap. What else? I got the t-shirt, and I also have this blanket. I'll even put it on my side of the bed. As you can see, this is the Faraday fabric. Okay, that blocks a lot of the EMFs on my side of the bed. So I'm doing whatever I can to mitigate the damage of EMFs. Like I said, when you're traveling, you're in a plane, it's got Wi-Fi, everybody around you is on Wi-Fi as well, or they're trying to search for signal on their phone. A lot of people don't put it on airplane mode, so when the phone isn't on airplane mode and it's searching for a signal, that signal or the EMF that radiates from the phone is sometimes 3 or 4 times higher trying to search for that signal. So I do whatever I can to mitigate the damage when I'm flying by wearing the EMF, like the Faraday clothing and the blanket. So I also have that when I travel and in my hotel room. Now this isn't really a biohack. Actually, let me go on to this biohack. So I've got a computer or laptop pad. So if I ever go out with my laptop, I've got a pad that will sit on my lap, okay? So that blocks any of the EMFs or the Wi-Fi from penetrating my balls. You know, my testosterone is very important, and I want my natural testosterone levels to be optimized. Here, I'm recording this with my phone, so you can't actually see my phone, but this is a phone case that is EMF mitigating as well. It's from Defender Shield. So Defender Shield is the laptop pad that I have, and Defender Shield is the case that I've got here. By the way, I'm not sponsored by any of these companies. Just want to be transparent there. So that's the Defender Shield case that I always have on my phone because, you know, it's in my pocket. I also have this fanny pack, not just because I'm a bodybuilder, but this does block all EMFs as well. So I wear that there, again, protecting my balls, baby. And then, as I mentioned, this isn't necessarily a biohack, But these two anti-aging supplements go with me everywhere. I've got a lot of sports performance supplements up there by Caged. I'm not going to show you all of them. I could be here all day. But these two is what I carry absolutely everywhere, and I do not miss a day. I even have my family on these two products. So you have Cell Shield and you have NAD Regen. NAD Regen. So NAD can really help the energy of your cells. It can actually help stabilize stem cells in your system. There's a lot of benefits to NMN. Also have liposomal vitamin C, have resveratrol, it has PQQ, astaxanthin. So as you know, a lot of high antioxidants, high grade antioxidants. And the master of all antioxidants, glutathione in this product, chlorella, which is a phenomenal binder, especially if you're consuming a lot of heavy metal contaminants, or you do want to bind before you have an IV. It's phenomenal. And then again, more liposomal vitamin C in this bad boy as well, and you have black pepper to help with the absorption. So I don't go anywhere without them. And one more thing I just remembered to show you is my Remedy sleep mask. Again, this is from Bon Charge. Very, very comfortable because I can take off the iPads and customize them specifically towards me, and they are very, very soft and padded. So I don't have to have it on too tight and feel like I'm going to have an anxiety attack. I can have it on quite loose but block out all the light, should there be any light coming in through the curtain or when you're traveling on the plane. I don't have any light here, but when I'm traveling, I generally dealing with it on the plane, or sometimes you go to a hotel room and it's not blacked out. And it's very important towards your sleep hygiene that you have the room completely blacked out. So I think that is covering the majority of my biohacks. Like I said, I'm sure there's a few more, but those are the major ones that I use when I'm traveling. So if you do have any questions about any of these biohacks that can help you with your travel, when you're staying somewhere, please do let me know in the questions and or in the comments. And if you think anybody could benefit from this podcast, please, it's you that keeps the lights on. So from myself in Mumbai, thank you very much. This is the Chris Gethin Podcast, and I'm out. Thank you ever so much for listening. My name is Chris Gethin, and I am out.